It's back to school time, class is in session again, and for millions of kids, that's worse news than ever. They have to be without their phones for the whole day. Hi there, everyone. It's Jeff, and this is Plain English, episode number 808 on Monday, October 6th, 2025. Here at Plain English, we help you upgrade your skills with stories about current events and trending topics. Listen here, and you'll hear new words and new ways of expressing ideas in English, your new language. Today, we're talking about school and how more and more schools are instituting cell phone bans. Two big American states, New York and Texas, are in year one of new bell-to-bell phone bans. And they're not alone. Phone bans are becoming popular in schools around the world. This is episode 808 of Plain English, so you can find the full episode transcript and resources at plainenglish.com/808. That includes exercises and opportunities to practice writing. plainenglish.com/808. Before we start today's story, I'd just like to remind you that the podcast is just one part of how we can help you upgrade your English skills. At plainenglish.com, you can make faster progress with active learning strategies. You can take quizzes, do activities, listen to the fast version of the audio, watch video workshops, practice what you learn, and even join a live call with JR and me. It's all about helping you build your skills to become a better, more confident English speaker. Sound good? Go to plainenglish.com to start your free 14-day trial today. Now, let's jump into today's story. School looks a little different in New York City this year. That's because kids no longer have their phones with them during the school day. New York State has joined a growing list of education systems that ban cell phone use during the school day. The ban in New York is bell to bell. That means that phones have to be locked up for the whole school day, for classroom time, and for free time like lunch, too. So why do some people think phones in school are a bad idea? There are a lot of reasons for locking up phones, but I'll give you three. First, and this won't come as a surprise, they are a distraction. Kids get distracted by their phones, and they don't pay attention. They don't take notes. They don't do the learning that they're in school to do. Second, phone time depletes kids' cognitive ability. If they spend too much of their limited mental energy on their phones, even if it's during breaks, then they have less brain power available for learning. Phones can also amplify the interpersonal conflicts that are already so hard to deal with in school hallways. Bullying, gossip, and other conflict find a wider audience on social media and messaging apps. When all that is happening during the school day, it's yet another barrier to learning. Some countries, states, and cities have banned cell phone use in the past, but just in the past 2 years, the movement has gained momentum, and the rules have been getting stricter. France is a good case study. France introduced rules in 2018 that required middle school students to turn off their phones during the day, but the kids were still allowed to hold on to them. Older students faced no restrictions. But now, French middle schoolers will be required to check their phones at the door after a successful pilot program earlier this year. Brazil, New Zealand, and the Netherlands introduced phone bans in 2024. Sweden's government has proposed a nationwide ban for kids age 7 to 16. If passed, it would take effect next year. And two big U.S. states, New York and Texas, were among several that passed statewide cell phone bans that take effect this year, 2025. More than 7 million students will have to check their devices at the door in just those two states. Now, a total of 35 of the 50 American states have some kind of statewide cell phone ban. Around the world, 40% of national education systems have either implemented or proposed bans on phones. Not everyone is pleased with the new rules. Many parents want to be able to contact their kids during the school day. A recent survey of a parents group said that the number one reason parents want their kids to have phones in school is safety. Many parents also like the convenience of using phones to arrange transportation to and from school and to coordinate things like dentist appointments and after-school activities. And while it makes intuitive sense that phone bans would improve learning, it hasn't yet been proven on a large scale. The largest recent study looked at over 16,000 students in India. It found that students without access to phones did better academically, but the effect was small. Interestingly, phone bans helped lower achieving students the most. But most teachers don't need a large-scale study to know that phones distract kids and interfere with learning. They say the cost of phones in school, the cost to learning, the cost to mental health, the increase in bullying, the decrease in attention spans. The cost is just too high. In practice, classrooms without phones have less disruptive behavior and less cheating. How are the phone bans going? One teacher in the U.S. state of Alabama said he couldn't believe the improvement. He recorded a popular TikTok video that showed his elation. Today, he said in the video, all my students took notes in my class, did their assignment, asked for help when they got stuck, and turned it in. And then when they were done, they talked to each other. Other teachers say they feel relieved that they don't have to deal with phone management during the day. Instead of telling kids to put their phones away, they can help them with their assignments. Even some of the kids acknowledge the benefits. Phone bans are almost universally unpopular at first, but many kids get used to it and even appreciate the digital break. Remember the study of 16,000 students in India? After the ban was implemented, student support for cell phone bans increased by 20%. I couldn't believe phones were ever allowed in school. That just shows you how clueless I am about what it's like to be a kid in the year 2025. I just assumed every school banned them. I couldn't think of a single good reason for any kid to have a cell phone on in school. I do understand the parents' concerns about safety. Especially in the US, there are highly publicized school shootings and emergencies. The idea that something would happen at school and a parent wouldn't know if their kids are okay, that's frightening. And of course, parents communicate all day on their phones, coordinating after-school activities, pickups, things like that is harder if the kids are not available. But I'm thinking of my school days, and I can tell you, we would never have been able to manage the temptation. Never. So I am on the side of banning phones in school from bell to bell. That's it for us here at Plain English. I hope you enjoyed today's story. Remember, all the episode resources are at plainenglish.com/808 because this is episode 808. We'll be back on Thursday with a new episode. It's about new discoveries in the ruins of Pompeii. That's on Thursday at Plain English. See you then. Listen up if you speak Spanish, Portuguese, Chinese, German, French, Italian, Japanese, Polish, or Turkish. One of the most frustrating things about listening and reading in a second language is being confused by unfamiliar words or phrases. When you listen to Plain English, or when you read the transcript, you probably encounter some words you don't know. When that happens, you have a few options. You can stop the audio, go look up the definition, then return to the episode, find your place, and press play again, but that's exhausting. Or you can just skip it and be confused. That's no fun either. But what if you could see the translation of the word into your language instantly without having to stop the audio, without having to look anything up? Well, you can at plainenglish.com. For each episode, we translate about 100 words and phrases from English to 9 languages: Spanish, Portuguese, Chinese, German, French, Italian, Japanese, Polish, and Turkish. And we highlight those words in blue. All you have to do is hover your mouse over the highlighted word, and you'll see the translation instantly. It works great on mobile too. It really makes listening a lot more satisfying, and it's a great way to expand your vocabulary in English. The best way to see these translations is to sign up for a free 14-day trial at plainenglish.com. During your trial, you can read as many transcripts as you like, all with the translations into your language. So sign up for your free trial today at plainenglish.com.